Hello, and today I'll be talking about and showing you how to deploy your first app. And to deploy your first app, you just need basically three things, like the place, the platform which you've used to develop your app. So if you've done it on VS Code or like today I'm showing you on Lovable, so you need that, of course. And the second thing you need is Vercel. That's the development platform. So you can use Vercel. There's Netlify. There are other ones there. There's Vercel, Netlify. There's also like I believe GitHub pages. There are different development platforms that you can use. So and there's even render too as well. So yeah, but basically what development is once you build a website on your local host, right? You need to take that website from like your local computer or from what services you built it so that other people can view it. And so what development does is it allows you to move your website from like a local host or for me from Lovable that I've used to develop my website now to a platform where everybody can see it. So of course AI services like Lovable, they have like you can automatically deploy directly from Lovable. But of course, if you want to deploy to your own private domain name, like let's say www like your business name.com or whatever business name you have, of course that's where like development services comes in. And of course, I know that Lovable has their own development service as well. But of course, if you want to use your own development service, then you can also try like Vercel, Render. There's I think there's GitHub pages too as well. But the most popular one and the ones that I use is Vercel, Netlify, and I know that there's Render too as well. But I haven't tried that, but I know a couple of friends that have done that. So you need like a development platform. That's today I'll be using Vercel, and you need GitHub, of course. So what GitHub basically does is GitHub allows you to be able to what's the word again? GitHub allows you to allows you to store your code base. Do you understand? And make continuous edit. So of course, imagine that you forgot to add like let's say for example like a single letter in your code base or on like in one of like your let's assume that okay you made a typo on your one of the copies that you're working on your website and you just want to change from letter y to letter t, right? Now imagine for you have to recompile the website over and over again, then now upload it back to the internet. So what GitHub does is it allows you to do continuous integration and continuous development. You must have probably heard of something called CI/CD. So that's what GitHub allows you to do. It's called continuous integration and continuous development, where as you continue to make changes and development on your website, it automatically pushes it to your development platform. So that's where the beauty of GitHub. And apart from that, also GitHub also allows you to store your code base on, of course, the web. So imagine that I lose my computer right now. I don't need to be bothered too much because I've already deployed my code base on GitHub. So any computer I have anywhere around the world, what I need to do is install the necessary dependencies and the maybe VS Code to run to start like editing and bam, I'm ready to go as well. And apart from that one, the beauty of what GitHub does is GitHub allows for collaboration. So if you heard like your developer friends talk about how they are on GitHub and you've heard about pull requests, merge requests, and stuff, and other stuff like that. So that's where GitHub comes in. So GitHub allows for things like this where you can make pull requests, you can make merge requests, you can collaborate with other developers, and also you can develop you can deploy your own project, and other developers too can contribute to it as well. So GitHub is the I wouldn't say like the apps of all apps to kind of put it in that sense, but it's extremely very difficult for you to find a developer that has never used GitHub before. So GitHub is a tool like mostly all, if not basically all developers use. So but basically, so you need just three things. If you're done building your website, you need like of course like whatever tool you use to build your website. Maybe you build it locally, you even build it manually. Of course for vibe coders like us, we probably build some Lovable, Replit, Codex, Cursor. So if you want to move your website from there, you need to take it to GitHub first. So GitHub is where your that actual code that you have now sits somewhere on the internet. Do you understand? And that place is GitHub. It's called a GitHub repository where you can make continuous updates. So if I change a single, if I change something single on my code base right now, you can automatically see it on GitHub. So Vercel is where most of the magic of allowing people access my website comes in. So Vercel allows people to easily access my website, and for you to get to all these places. So of course you already have where you built your, so you're watching the video, you've already definitely built something, you built your first website, so you're looking for a place to deploy it. So you can use Netlify. I'll just show you either how that works on Google. So there's Netlify, there's Netlify, and I believe this is Netlify. You can see it out. There's Netlify here, and you can search for Netlify. You can use Netlify to develop. So you can use Netlify, and there's also what's this thing called? Of course, you know Vercel. So just search for Vercel on Google. You create an account, and you're in. So you just create an account, click on sign up, and you just ask you for like your email and basic stuff like that, and you're in. Of course, then lastly you have GitHub. Just search for GitHub, GitHub. So just GTIHUP. Then you just you just select sign up here, and you ask you for some basic credential. And once you provide that credential, you're good to go. So basically, it's because I already have like a GitHub account already. So I'll just go ahead to close these previous tabs that are here, and I'll just we'll move into yes, deploying the first app. So I'll go straight to Lovable. Now, I already worked on a project that I want us to deploy already. So I told Lovable to create, what's the word? Create like just a um, simple portfolio website for me, and it's done creating it. And yeah, so on this particular portfolio rather, on this my particular Lovable account, I already created like a project that we're going to use. So I'm waiting for Lovable to open up that project, then we can um, comment on the deployment. So yeah, let's just wait for a second. So I think so it has opened. So now this is the website that I built, and so it's done building the website. So the next thing I want to do now, I need to deploy this website to Vercel now, right? So there are normal ways. Of course, you can publish it using the normal. So when if you look at your top right corner, you can publish it directly via Lovable, and what it's going to give you is to ask for. You can edit this, so you can just click on edit. You can give it your own name, and whatever name is available. I can just say like S Sam, or let's say um, D Sam. Do you understand? And if it's available, to let me know, okay, this domain name is available, and I can just continuously use that. So whatever like names you want to use and stuff like that for your project. But we're not doing the one of Lovable today. And what we're doing is we want to push deploy directly on Vercel. So you look at this particular sign. Now you notice this sign is very similar to the GitHub sign we have over here. So if you look at GitHub, the dashboard, that's the GitHub logo. So once you click on this sign, it's telling us to sync your project to GitHub. So once you select this, it allows me to connect my GitHub directly to Lovable. That's the first thing. It allows you to connect my GitHub directly to Lovable. So when I click on, I've previously connected my entire Lovable account to my GitHub account, which is that here. So if you've not done that before, the options will be available here. So I've done that before. Now I want to select connect this particular project to GitHub. So and it's telling me, so if I have multiple GitHub organization, it will allow it to ask for that. So this is the particular GitHub organization I've allowed access to for the sake of this video, and so I'll do that. So it's telling me, okay, this is a two-way sync. So what it means that if I make after I connect this change, if I connect this project to my GitHub, right? If I make any other changes, the changes will also automatically update. So anytime I make changes on my Lovable, the changes also update directly to that project file on my GitHub file. So I don't have to always click on update all the time again. So while I'm waiting for that to connect, good. So it's connected now, and yeah, this is it. So if I want to bring this, if I want to download like a local copy of this code to my VS Code or whatever code editor I'm using, I could just use this HTTP file link to do that. I want to view this project on GitHub right now. So you can see now this is the entire project. This is the entire code base of all the prompts I've been doing since. This is the entire code base of all the prompts I've been doing since. And so yeah, so this is how a GitHub page looks like. This is how exactly how a good GitHub page looks like. And yeah, and if you never see the GitHub page before, yeah, this is how it looks like. So what you're seeing here contains all the file, and it's telling this at the time when I last worked on the project, and this is the public file, the source file, the readme file, and so on and so forth. And on my right hand side, it tells me the language that was used to build this particular project, and that's basically most of it. Yeah. So let's go into, so we already have that already. So how do we now deploy this thing on the internet so that when I want to search for this, so any of my customer or users can easily search for like this website. That is very simple. So I come to Vercel here. So if you look at Vercel, I come, if you go to my top right corner, it should be at this particular page. Click on it, you see add new project. When I click on add new project, I'll just wait for it to go for a minute. Now, I'll so previously, the Vercel, when you look at this top left corner, Vercel has already told me to connect this particular repository, right? Connect this particular repository to, so this, if you see that this is the particular repository I'm also using on my Lovable. Look at it here. Let me look for it. As I'm connecting my Lovable, you notice that it's requested for like that particular repository. So I've connected that particular repository to like my Lovable. And where is it again? So this is myself asking. So these are all the projects I've worked on recently. And if you look at it, B Sam. So have you noticed that when this is B Samson, that's the like the title of the project. So if I click on import, so what the beautiful thing about Vercel is it already knows what kind of, it automatically knows what kind of project I am, what kind of framework I'm using, if it's Vite, if it's React, if it's React Native, and so on and so forth. If I'm just using plain vanilla CSS, vanilla JavaScript and stuff like that. So you tell him that okay, my application preset is on Vite, and so Vercel just makes it very easy for me to deploy. I don't need to work to worrying about setting anything manually. So once I just click on this, it automatically deploy. I don't have to worry, especially for new novices like us. You don't have to worry about the nuances and stuff like that. So it's asking me if I want what down to name the project. I can change the name of the project here. Do you understand? But I'll just leave it at this. Yeah. Um, I think that should be basically, so once I click on deploy, now if I click on deploy, so if I go to my website now, if I search for bsamson dot dot app. Okay, I think I made a mistake there. Uh, B Samson dot Vercel dot app. You notice that there's nothing there. There's nothing here, right? There's no website here. So, but once I deploy this now, because I look at now, I already gotten this project in that's B Samson. So the project now will be living inside Vercel. So I'll just wait for a minute to load, and I'm going to explain why we have bsamson.vercel.app. So once you after you deploy it to Vercel, right, it is very easy for you to just add your domain name. So your domain name is www. What business name you want it to be. Maybe it's www.google.com or Facebook or Amazon or whatever like social media applications you use or whatever website or whatever website. It's still is done with deployment now. So let me just wait for it. So yeah, so now if I want to easily add the domain name, once I select this, I can preview it here. If I want to add the domain name, once I click on this, it will give me a step-by-step guide on how to add the domain name. But we'll not be doing that here today, so we'll do that in the next video. How to easily add it, buy a domain name and add it to Vercel. So once I click on this particular page now, voila, see, so we have B Samson of Vercel app. So now this way you can easily share this link to your customers and they can start purchasing products from you or using your services, or they can start viewing your website. So your website is now is live. And the beautiful thing about using Vercel is that it allows there's something it allows of course, like I already explained, CI/CD, that's continuous integration and continuous development. So even if you have customers from another part of the globe, from Japan, Australia, what Vercel does is they have servers in different parts of the world, so it makes it easier for your customers to easily load your website. So imagine me staying in somewhere like China, but of course I have a customer somewhere in Southeast Asia. Sorry, Southeast Asia rather, somewhere in South Africa. That's a very long journey from each other, right? But the beautiful thing about Vercel is because they have like servers in different parts of the world, so it allows them to easily load your website to your customers, even though like their distance from where your actual server is being hosted is totally far away. So that's the beautiful thing about Vercel. Now, this is a domain name already. This is although this is not a typical domain name you're familiar with. So, but what this basically does is it allows me to get so I'm renting a subdomain name on Vercel. So the basic way domain name works is this is Vercel's domain name, Vercel.app, right? But they're not giving me like a space. So imagine like you if you heard like if you heard real estate agents talk about like buying a house in a skyscraper, you see they have like this 20 story building, 40, 30 story building skyscrapers, but they'll tell you to buy a flat in it, right? So that's how it is when you buy like a subdomain name. So this is a subdomain name under Vercel. But if you have your own www.yourbusinessname.com, that means you are buying like an entire land and your own house in it. So that's the difference. So of course, on another video, I'm going to show you how to get a domain name and stuff like that. So now this is it. My project is already been deployed. So if I want to add a domain name, what I need to come here, edit it, and of course direct another domain name. Or so Vercel makes it very easy for me to, do you understand, deploy it and add domain name and stuff like that. So that's basically it. And if you have any further questions, just let me know in the comments and I'm going to address it. So yeah, this website is totally live, can be viewed from anybody anywhere across the globe by just typing this URL. Thank you, and see you in the next video.